Well, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Always have breakfast. Take 10,000 steps a day. When it comes to living well, there are certain messages we're told over and over again. But is it time we question the status quo?
Well, today we're looking at the biggest health myths debunked by science, and here to clear up any confusion is author and speaker Dr. Helena Popovic. Welcome back, Helena.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Now, we want to talk about breakfast because often we hear it's the most important meal of the day. Does the science say that that's the case?
No.
Right.
Delay breakfast as long as possible. I know this contradicts everything everyone believes, so here's the science. Leave at least 12 hours between dinner and breakfast. The longer the better. The reason for this is we need a break from eating in order to clear out dead and damaged cells, to turn on repair genes which reduce our risk of cancer and dementia, and to finally tap into our fat stores. Now, the reason 12 hours of not eating is the magic number is because that's how long it takes to use up the glycogen in our muscles and our liver. And after that, we get into our fat stores, and it's called flipping the metabolic switch. And the longer that gap between dinner and breakfast, the more fat you will burn, the healthier you will be. If you keep your eating to an 8-hour window, so you eat the same calories, the same food, between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m, you'll be slimmer and have a stronger immune system and less likely to have diabetes than if you stretch it out to 14 hours.
Yeah, but what about, I mean, don't they say you need sustenance for concentration and to be more alert in your workplace or at school or anything like that?
You do, but we have enough reserves in order to maintain that.
Okay.
Our brain can function just as well on what we call ketones, which comes from our fat stores, as it can on glucose.
And is that the advice for everyone? Because, you know, there are people out there who, you know, need to eat regularly.
If you're a marathon runner, if you do a lot of physical work, the rules are different. This is for the general population who's sitting at their desk for most of the day.
So just on that, because there's a lot of people that say have smaller, like 5 meals a day, smaller meals, rather than 3 meals a day. I mean, what's the right advice around that then?
The worst piece of advice anyone ever came up with, and it came from the people who manufactured snacks. Eating 5 small meals a day, they said, speeds up your metabolism, and you won't be as hungry at mealtimes, you're less likely to overeat. The opposite is true. Number one, there is no boost to your metabolism. It's negligible when you snack. And secondly, snacking makes you hungrier. It doesn't reduce your hunger. The reason is, whenever you eat, you release sugar into your bloodstream, and that stimulates the pancreas to release insulin, the hormone that instructs your body to remove the sugar from your blood and store it in your muscles, your liver, and your fat cells. So insulin stops you burning fat. So the more often you eat, the more you produce insulin, the less you actually get to burn your fat stores. And because you can't burn your fat stores, you're hungrier. It's a bit like you can deposit money in the bank, but when you come to withdraw money, the teller, insulin says, I'm not authorised to give you your money. So you're constantly hungry. Stop snacking. Within a week, your hunger will reduce dramatically and you'll be more than satisfied with 2 to 3 meals a day. You'll be so much healthier and slimmer.
Wow. And the other stat we hear is 10,000 steps a day. What's your opinion on exercise? Do we need to do that much?
We certainly need to exercise, but any exercise is better than no exercise. 5 minutes is better than 0. Okay. So here are some goals. 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds of very fast running before each meal, before breakfast, lunch and dinner, or before brunch and dinner, will dramatically reduce your risk of diabetes because it reduces that sugar spike you get after a meal. So 30 seconds, the key is to get breathless. If you haven't exercised for a while, build up, go slow and easy until you get that 30 seconds of hard exercise. Secondly, if you're over 65, aim to be able to walk 365 metres in under 6 minutes. This will halve your risk of dying within the next 10 years. For the average person, it's more important to think about 25 minutes of moderate to intense exercise a day, but it doesn't have to be 25 minutes at the gym. It can be, you know, a bit of housework here, running for the bus there, in your lunch break, you know, run up and down the stairs, clock up 25 minutes, and that will reduce your risk of dying by 25%. And the other goal, aim to be able to do 50 push-ups in 2 minutes. That maintains your muscle mass, your metabolism, you'll be slimmer, stronger, live longer.
Oh, wow. There's a lot I've got to relearn in that.
Yes.
I'm going to take a while to process that, but that's some good stuff, Helena.
A tip for the flu, make sure you get adequate sleep in winter. If you have the flu vaccine and you're sleep deprived, it will not work as well.
Oh, OK.
And also, if you have the flu, antibiotics are the worst thing you can do. Not only do they not help, because flu is caused by a virus. But we now know that antibiotics actually make flu symptoms worse because antibiotics kill bacteria that help you fight the virus.
Great stuff, Helena. We've got to go. Thank you
Sure
very
is.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.